Welcome, everybody, to TotalPodcastKill podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master for this evening, Cody. And tonight I will bring you 3 players that just scrape by the skin of their asses out of this cave. First on the list, we have Colton.
Dante Blackwood.
And next, Matt.
Well, howdy, everybody. I'm Arytiss Kodagu. I'm gonna keep blasting while we keep podcasting.
Oh,
I like that
nice.
one.
That was
Why
good.
doesn't he use that before?
God
You broke
damn
the
it.
4th wall, but it's there.
He Eldritch blasted the 4th wall.
And last but least, Chase.
What's up, everybody? Tetra Aurora, smoking the peace pipe, fighting the good fight.
Oh,
Slat rhyme.
nice.
Slam
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Okay,
That was-
there we go.
I like how our intros have just turned into like brief slam poetry. Get some snaps.
Killing goblins in the
Some
woods
Snaps, some snaps.
because my daddy didn't love me.
That hit a little too close.
Sure,
to home.
okay.
Anyways, who remembers what happened last time?
I remember I lost my ass cheeks.
We had
Yo,
some
we
lost ass.
Yo, we shit on that fucking goblin warlock bitch.
I wouldn't say shit on. It was a pretty good fight.
Okay, alright, if she didn't have 10 fucking skeletons with her.
I
They
mean,
went
you have
down when
that
she went
sometimes.
down,
So,
and
barely
old boy got
scraping
on-
by the skin of your ass.
Yeah.
You guys defeat this necromancer. And she was like, you're never going to be able to stop him. He's already headed for the... And then, she got her fucking bottom of her jaw blew off by a Eldritch Blast, was it?
no? Yes.
And she was like, he's already headed... Boom! You heard Faye in her gargling. And then, Abram, he was like, hey, all right, cool, dude, we got it. Mission's done. We cleared the cave out. Let's get the hell out of here. Arytiss is like, no, something's down here. I need to figure out what it is. It's pulling me. It's calling me. And he's like, no, come on. What are you talking about? You're being ridiculous. We got to get out of here, man. You walk closer to this, this giant dragon door. Its wings are overspread like the actual doors with arms interlocking, locking it. And this giant dragon head is kind of like overhanging it with its mouth wide open, almost like it's blowing its breath weapon. And as you go up and touch the door, you feel the book start vibrating in your bag. And, comes out, opens up, flicks through the pages, the gem comes out. Gem goes up into the dragon's mouth, door opens. Arytiss, you start acting like a psycho. What are you doing? It's not safe in there. But you can't help yourself. You're being drawn in there. You're being pulled. You're not even yourself anymore. It's just like a mindless state. And you have this transformation that transforms your body more like a figure of a dragon. Your bones crack and break and protrude from your skin. And you feel the spirit of this like ancient dragon enter your body. What might have been a dragon one day, life ended early. But the spirit was still sealed in this room, growing in power over time. And, as you guys entered the room, there were these beautiful murals carved in stone of Abram, standing over all these different battlefields in different periods of time. And he's like, look, I have been Torm's champion. I've been fighting all these battles for him. I've killed people that probably didn't deserve it in the name of Torm. Just, it was war. That's what was going on during the time. And he's like, come on, I'll explain it to you on the way. That's what happened last time. And you guys headed back to town. So I want to start tonight's session with a little something different. I need... You see... like you're in somebody's point of view right now. He looks around the corner. He's in these same caves that you guys are. Looks around the corner, sees Arytiss, Tetra, Dante. You're fighting this stalactite. He kind of ducks back around the corner again, you know, and he hears the muffled sounds in the distance. And all three of your voices like, "Oh, get him up, he's hurt. Oh, dude, I'm trying. We ain't got time for that, let's go." You guys take care of it. You move, you go back to this other room. You know, you walk down the hallway, and the eyes are watching you the whole time. You guys, the three of you, walk down the hallway, you go inside. You know, he's standing outside of these massive doors with these blue flames, blue torches going down. And you hear the sounds of the door being barricaded. Comes back. You see him, like, curl his arms up, kind of tuck himself into a wall, put his head down, closes his eyes for a little while. He opens his eyes up again to the sounds of you know, this door being unbarricaded. Door swings open. You see Tetra, Arytiss, and Dante come out the door and continue down the cave. A little while later, he peeks around. You know, he starts hearing, "You will not leave here alive." A couple minutes later, you know, he tucks into the crevice of a wall. He sees Abram on by. "No! Stop, Tetra, stop! Arytiss, no!" And then we hear Tetra's voice. "Pick up Dante, he needs help." "Oh, yeah. Which one? Who's that again?" He goes over there. You know, he hears an eldritch blast go off. A little viscera splatters across the floor. He peeks around again. He sees Abram on his knees, and Arytiss is like going up to this door, and he touches the door, and it opens up, and you know, he sees Arytiss walk in real slow, mindless, just a blank 1,000-yard stare. And he sees this like wispy spirit go into him. And then Dante and Tetra, you know, Abram, they all follow behind. And you see from his point of view, he kind of like sneaks up there. You see the book he picks up on the floor. Shuts the book. You know, when he shuts the book, the gem falls from the mouth of the dragon. He picks up the gem. He turns around, he's like, looks back into the room, he sees, "We need to get back to town, let's go." You know, he kind of runs back. He tucks himself into the crevice of a wall. He holds up the book and the gem and he looks at them. And we pan out and we see Tion's face with this sinister looking smile. He shuts the book, puts the book and the gem into his bag, and he stays there for a little while. And then he pulls out this necklace, and as you guys start walking out the door, he turns invisible. And then we come up to, you know, outside the city gates. Or no, you guys made it inside the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We made it to resting.
We're going to rewind it a little bit.
Okay, cool. Because when did Tion get the book?
During
Did
the
he take it
time,
from Yonkers?
no. So Arytiss had the book.
Yeah.
When he went up to the door, you know, the book come out of his hand and it opened up in front of him,
Yeah.
and the pages started flittering,
Right.
and the gem come out of the book, and it went to the dragon's mouth, and the
Right.
book kind of just closed and fell to the floor.
Oh, okay.
And then during the distraction of like Arytiss, you know, being mindless, walking up there to, you know, basically get that power, and everybody following behind him, when you guys weren't paying attention, he come in and he he picked up the book. And when he picked up the book, he picked up the gem.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you don't know that as a character.
No, yeah. Was he just sneaking? Like, we didn't even have a chance of seeing him, did we?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So we're walking up, the dirt trail. It's, sky is gray. Let me paint this picture for you. The sky is real gray. Do I have a light wind? The sky is gray. There's a light breeze. Everybody's been quiet for a couple hours. It's going to take you a couple hours to get back, but you guys are getting close. At this point now, Arytiss is being carried by Abram. Your wild shape only lasted so long, and you come out of your wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
You see Dante that Arytiss is kind of like on Abram's back, and Tetra is on the other side of Abram. Abram looks over at you. Tetra is kind of stone-faced, just walking. You guys have been walking for a couple hours now. Abram looks over at you, Dante, and he's like, I didn't want to say anything, but I could smell the evil on you.
Do I hear this?
You're not really paying attention, but you can hear that they're having a conversation.
Okay.
So, Dante, you guys are walking down this road. Skies are gray. It's raining a little bit. Wind's blowing a little. You can hear the, quick, your footsteps down this muddy path. Off in the distance, you can see, you break the tree line of the woods, and you see the village off there in the distance. These large, palisades surrounding the village. You see little billows of smoke coming out from the ruins from before. Abram looks over at you. I could feel an evil sense coming off of you. Care to explain?
After what you said down there, I could say the same for you.
Look, I don't want to be too forward with you, but I grow a little unweary of those I might not know coming around after the slide of recent events.
Well, don't worry your pretty little head. I'll be gone. We're square now. I'll be on my way.
I'm not saying you have to leave, but don't start any trouble. These people don't need it. And then you hear in your mind, I told you should have slit his throat when you had the chance, mate.
I don't like this accent. I'm gonna go back to the country one.
Do whatever you want.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm just saying, do whatever you want. And then...
Wait. I want to answer.
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to answer, so I was going to move.
No, I'm trying to think of what I would say. No, not yet. It's not the right time.
All I'm saying is get him before he gets you.
I might have to.
Abram looks at you. He's like, so, where do you come from?
Let's not do the chit chat, right?
I'm just trying to get to know you a little better. Sure, these men here are able to take care of themselves, but, I'm just trying to see to it their best interest.
I think you misunderstand this little arrangement of ours. So let me make this clear to you. I owed you one. I helped you to bury your son and get your little revenge. I think that makes us square.
He kind of, lifts one lip up a little bit in, a snarl. It wasn't revenge. I just wanted to make sure these people were safe.
You're going to tell me you didn't enjoy that?
Of course I didn't. What do you take me for?
take
And
you
like
for
while
our
he's saying
candy.
this, you remember seeing these same murals of him, standing over these piles of bodies on these battlefields.
When did I see those?
When Arytiss was getting his dragon power,
When the
you were
fuck-
all there in the room.
When
That
the
was
fuck
Yonkers,
did?
bud.
Yeah, no, that was us. But when the fuck did you tell us that was him? We just knew it was some dude standing over.
No,
bodies.
I said it was
No, he
unmistakably him.
definitely said it was.
Did you say it was Abram?
Yeah,
Oh,
But that was Yonkers.
no, that was
no, Abram.
That was literally last episode.
Yeah, last episode. Like
It was
y'all seen the little ones that was down in
Oh.
his little secret room?
I thought you were talking about the ones in.
No,
under the
no,
temple.
no. That was like, kind of more crude. Like you seen a figure standing there with a sword over a battlefield. These ones intricate, like unmistakable, pencil drawn carvings.
Okay, and that was Abram.
Yeah, undeniable.
Okay.
And he even told you, he's like, I've been Torm's champion for a long time,
He did say that. I do remember him.
and I've been fighting these wars in his name, and I've had to kill innocent people that didn't deserve it because they were on the wrong side.
Can you repeat what he last said?
Yeah, he you look at him and you kind of stand your ground, and he was like, of course I didn't enjoy it. I'm not the same man I was before. Time
I know
of
you're
war
not.
is over.
Because you weren't in there fighting for Torm. You was in them tunnels fighting for Abram.
He kind of looks at you a little bit. Give me an intimidation check.
Okay, at this point, can I feel the tension?
There's
Even
no-
though I'm like walking.
There's no
stone
fight going on. This is something
No,
I'm
but-
doing. Oh yeah,
No,
of
but-
course. Yeah, you hear
okay.
these two like.
Okay, at that point, I want to like keep walking forward, stone face, but I definitely want to like try to listen in on what they're saying.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
Obviously, they're not talking to me, but I want to like listen in.
I got a 15.
He looks at you and he's like, I had to do what had to be done.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
So you guys get closer to the city now, and you see, a gate coming from the forest side opened up, and there's several people, 4 people out front, kind of standing guard, and then there's more up in these towers. And as you guys walk up, you see, Bryn sitting under this overhang, and he's sitting there playing cards with some other of the guards. And Abram's like, let's get back. We're all a little moody right now, apparently.
Some of us more than others.
And he kind of walks ahead a little bit, and you see Bryn. He stands up, and if you remember Bryn, this little dwarven man, 4'3", great big bushy beard, long hair. He kind of gets up off this barrel, and he's like, "Oh, Abram, how you doing?" Yeah, you see them chatting. What is kind of, Dante's mindset right now?
Dante feels like he's wasted a whole lot of time. He came here to kidnap Sarissa and then head back. And he felt like he made a mistake and that he owed Abram and these two for not killing him and for not, trying to imprison him. He feels like he's repaid that debt, but he feels like this all could have been avoided. And he's ready to go back and do what he needs to do to hold his father's empire together.
You see Abram, he waves over 2 people. 2 people come over. He's like, you hear him talking. They come over with like a little gurney. Put Arytiss on it. And Abram walks back over to you 2. He's like, I had them take Arytiss to the temple to treat his wounds. I'll explain to you guys later what's going on, what happened. The wounds didn't close after those bones shifted back into place. They'll be bandaged up for a while. Go ahead, meet them in the temple or see to any business you got to. And he looks up. Rain dripping down his face, kind of washing mud and blood off. And he's like, couple hours, if you don't mind. Come to my house and we'll talk. If Arytiss is awake, bring him with you. And he kind of walks away. Tetra. You see, Abram starts walking away and you and Dante are standing there. What's Tetra's mindset right now?
I think for the first time, Tetra feels kind of this awkwardness between him and Dante because, a lot's happened, but he still doesn't really know him. Obviously, he's very worried about Ari and, like, everything that's going on with him, but he knows, like, we're back in town. He's being, like, clutch. That was clutch lightning, I'll be honest. He's very worried about Ari, but he knows, like, Abram's got him bandaged up. He's taking care of him. He's good. So now, especially with everything that's happened, I think Ari just kind of, like, Tetra kind of just thinks to himself, kind of looks at Dante, sees him just kind of standing there awkwardly, like, waiting for something to, like, what we're doing next.
Well, you guys are walking into...
Well, yeah, but he like, okay. So I would say he feels that tension, right? He feels that awkward tension, kind of like, we don't really know each other, this, that, and the other. So, and we don't really have much of a game plan going forward. So I think Tetra's first thing is when Dante and I are walking, he kind of looks at him and then says to him, Dante, do you mind? Do you got anything going on? Can I steal you away for like 15 minutes? I just kind of want to talk to you, if that's okay.
What is it?
All right, come with me. I'm gonna show you this little spot, and I'm gonna take him, and then we just kind of want to go. And we've been in this village for a couple months now, right?
You have.
Yeah, me and Ari.
So you guys have probably been there for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
By now.
So I would for sure say Tetra knows a little spot where he's got like almost like a little setup of like that's where he goes when he goes to his alone time.
Yeah, of course.
So he takes Dante there, and I'm gonna kind of paint this picture in a bit of an improv way, but especially with the rain, this is kind of really gonna help. So Tetra takes Dante to this spot in the woods, okay, and it's honestly a beautiful clearing. There's these 3 giant trees, and they're like the 3 biggest trees in the forest. They're going all the way to the sky. They make all the other trees around them just seem very small. And because they're so tall, it's made this sort of little clearing in this little space, right? And as we come into it, you can kind of feel the nature's energy in this spot, right? And as we walk into it, I kind of just start sprouting up some pipe weed and get it going. I pull out my pipe. I get some, I break it down, and I kind of just sit, crisscross applesauce against one of these trees. And I motion to Dante, sit down, chat with me, and I light the pipe up. And I hit it once, I pass it off to him, offer it to him. And as I blow out my smoke, I say, Dante, the way we became acquainted was under very odd circumstances. And I know you don't know much about me. I don't know much about you. I don't really know if you want to know much about me. But if you weren't there in that cave with Ari and I'm not sure we would have walked out. And I'm sure you had your reasons for coming here and trying to do whatever you did with Sarissa. But I would like to know, where you're at, man. I know you don't really want to talk about a whole lot, but like, I feel like you can see that Ari and I are pretty helpful in a fight. So if there's anything you got going on, man, like, I know you felt like you owed us for what happened, but I almost feel like we owe you now. So if there's just anything we could do to help you out with whatever you got going on, like, don't feel like you have to take it all on by yourself, man. Like, you got I don't know if you want to call us friends, but you've at least got some help if you need with whatever you've got.
While you guys are having this conversation, we cut back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
You see these two guys hauling this gurney, and they're kind of moving fast now, and Abram's like, get them in there fast. Normal magical means won't heal these wounds. And they take them in and they lay them down on this cot. And you see they're kind of like EMTs now. They move the cot or move the gurney over, roll him onto the bed. They start pulling his armor off. And like everywhere the bone come out is just this big gashing wounds, like on his arms, on his chest. He's got this freshly burned mark on the side of his head. And you see they start like getting these different mixtures, potion bottles, pouring these antiseptical, chemicals on him, on his wounds, wrapping up his leg. He's like, give me that. We're going to have to suture this one. He's losing a lot of blood. We don't have time. Moving. Abram's like, oh, God, is he going to be okay? Please tell me he's going to be all right. I lost one. I cannot lose another one. A guy looks up at him. He's like, I don't know, man. Give us a little bit, man. They're moving fast. They're like wrapping them up, stitching up some open wounds. And while they're doing this, Arytiss, you open up your eyes and you're on this battlefield. And all around you, you see these like cambions, these demons, these devils, fighting against these other people clad in like armor and just slice, cut. Guy beside you gets his arm cut off. You look down at your hands and they're not your hands. But you look up and the sky is red. And all around you, you just see these giant black mountains off in the distance and these dark clouds roll over the sky. And you see like a dragon fly by and lets out this roar and just flame breath just scorch the battlefield. You see somebody come up about to cut you down, but somebody kind of like parries the blow off to the side, stabs the guy in the chest, pulls his sword out and like kicks it over and doesn't even acknowledge you, just keeps moving. And you get up and you start like moving around this battlefield, like looking for a safe area. And you come across this hill and like you walk up this hill a little bit, just raised just a little bit, just enough to where you can see endless battlefield. Fighting, these giant constructions with these like almost like dragon heads on the side of them made of like stone or metal, and it's just blowing out this fire onto the battlefield. And then you see slits in them with like pikes being jabbed out on these massive wheels that's being pushed forward. And like all around you is just like death, fighting, destruction, blood, dismemberment. You get up and like maybe a sword cuts by your arm and knocks you off to the side. And then like you close your eyes again. And just like your vision from before, you open them again. And like your vision is different this time. You're flying over this battlefield. You see this like, you can see every little detail, every weapon somebody is holding, chinks in people's armor. And then all of a sudden, you hear this loud roar, but it's more than just a roar. It's so loud. It is like thunder through the sky. And it just shakes the whole battlefield. And just not even a stop in motion. You see these. And you look out and you see one figure way off in the distance. He's got this red skin and he's got these horns coming out of his head growing up. And he's got these wings and he's holding his arms to the side and he's like, ha 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 ha. You focus in on it and you could hear him like clear as day. There is no power greater than mine. And like he holds his hand up and he's shooting like these red beams out into the battlefield, just not even watching who he's shooting, just hitting his own people, hitting these other demons and devils, hitting these people in armor. And then you start flying in closer and you close your eyes again. You open them again and you look up and you see this massive like silver dragon with these. Well, would you like to describe the dragon? I have the picture, but you know, when you open your eyes again, you're back on this battlefield. You kind of look up and you see this massive dragon flying through the sky. What does it look like?
Just a massive silver dragon, light blue accents, kind of at the tips of its wings, going across its tail, almost like an iridescent silver, light blue scales, heavy silver up the neck, and just, you know, the I don't know what you call it, like the underbelly that also like leads up to the neck, and on the neck is all like a solid silver coating, but the others have like a blue iridescent feel to the rest of the coloring. Massive, like a, what do you call that? Like spines, like a mohawk spine from the top of his head all the way back down, and then connecting all the way to his tail. Yeah, just this monstrous, fanged, blue magical energy spewing from the mouth, just seeping out. Yeah.
And when you see this dragon kind of fly overhead, the roar just shakes the whole battlefield. And it flies down real low to the ground, and you see 3 people hop off of it. You know, you see this shadow kind of shoot down to the battlefield and kind of switch places real quick to this warrior who just like pulls his sword out and like swings this sword and like cuts down 2 people with one slice. And then you see these giant roots kind of grow up out of the ground and break the battlefield and like split the earth and kind of knock a shit ton of people out of the way. And you see another one jump down and kind of like shoot this flame breath that just glows, lights up the battlefield in this area. And they start charging through, and you kind of look around. You close your eyes again, and after you close your eyes for that last time, you kind of open them up again, and you see like this kind of person on top of you with this like white mask on, and then like, you know, they're kind of stitching you up, and then you see Sarissa kind of like pushes them out of the way. You kind of close your eyes again, you open them again, and it's real faded, and she's like giving you chest compressions. And she's like, come on, Arytiss, please don't die. Don't die. And then you close your eyes again. And then we go to Tetra and Dante. You guys are sitting under this tree. And Dante is, you see Tetra lights up this pipe. Smokes it. Maybe you hand it to him?
I'll offer it.
Offer him a hit. He offers you a hit.
I take it.
You take it. Take a hit off it. Pretty good shit. Makes you feel good.
As he hits it, I'm just like, yeah, so just stop being a pussy, dude.
And this faint little voice in the back of your head is like, man, if you don't take this opportunity to kill this little pathetic scrub, you out of your fucking head, mate.
Why? This one's harmless.
One less thing in your way. He tried to stop you when you tried to kidnap that bitch. Don't you remember that?
I'm gonna roll a dice real quick.
Please.
Oh.
Tetra, you're a good lad. You want to do something to help me?
I mean, I don't know a lot about you, Dante. So yeah, if I could do something to help you out.
There's something I need done. And I think you're the only one who could do it.
All right. Now I'm just gonna say this, and he puts his arms up. I cannot help you kidnap Sarissa. Whatever that is.
It's not that. It's
okay.
not that.
All right. Okay. All right.
What I need you to do is after I leave, I need you to go fuck yourself.
Whoa, man. You can't just hit my pipe and then do me like that. That's just. Did you not learn manners where you
I
were
hand him
from?
the pipe back.
I take it. What's wrong, man? You got there's a lot of hate in your heart, man.
What's wrong?
There's a lot wrong with you.
What's wrong with you?
Look,
You
man.
think you think you could just walk through life with your fucking toes tapping, all happy go lucky, no problems? Didn't you tell me your whole family died?
Yep.
And you just right as rain now.
Nah, man. Don't you ever see me like
Tetra,
go up like a bird?
when he says that, in the heat of all this excitement, you kind of like, your chest starts feeling a little heavy. And almost like, all these distractions that kind of been keeping your mind off it, you guys have this time to relax, you remember that again. You remember this like crushing weight start pushing on your chest. And you remember like your mother, your father.
So as he says that, I'm gonna be like, no, man, don't you see when I like turn up as a
What was that?
I put the
Hello?
I put the pipe out. Honestly, I don't think I've had time to process it.
Not just that, but most recently, Yonkers.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then I saw a second wave kind of hits, and then you almost see Tetra be like, and then he just kind of deflates and like falls against the tree, and he says, "You know what? You're right, man. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
I really haven't had time to think about it. But
Yeah, well, think about it. Think about the fact that this is how I feel all the time.
I mean, why?
It's none of your fucking business. But
Dante, why
down
you're
in them tunnels, you saw all those scripts about my father.
No, I didn't, because you didn't show us. You stuff it in your pocket and just
You saw
hit it. Did I?
One of you did. It was either you or Matt.
I didn't see. I think it was Arytiss.
I think it was Arytiss.
Yeah,
You were
I didn't.
who?
They seen Lord Blackwood, but they might have not known it was your father.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't even know your last name, bro. I just know you're Dante. Did you say Dante Blackwood?
I think he did
told us.
introduce himself as Dante Blackwood.
I didn't look.
He wouldn't know anyway. He's not from here.
I didn't look at those papers, so that's what I do know. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Let's take it back then.
Okay.
We'll just cut it. It's none of your fucking business.
See, and that's your problem.
As you're sitting there berating him, Dante, you hear like Timothy again, like, "Come on, mate, stick him like a pig and let's go." And then behind him, you hear like a fainter one, like, "That's not you, Dante."
Dante takes a deep breath.
"What's wrong, mate? Stick him like a fucking pig. Come on."
I'm gonna roll another dice.
And just as you look at Tetra, you just see a small, frail, pale elven boy looking absolutely defeated.
Yeah, I see a pussy.
And malnourished.
Malnourished, has the world on his shoulders. Just
Definitely ain't got no bitches.
Just absolutely crushed.
Oh, no bitches.
Dude, not a one.
God damn.
I mean,
Dude's
at least
closest bitch is a bird.
Sorry, my father couldn't give me pampered whores. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Timothy's like, "Stick him like a fucking pig and let's move."
Timothy, shut your fucking mouth.
And then, the faint just, "It's not you, Dante."
You see, Dante takes a deep breath and he kind of like looks disappointed. He looks at you, Tetra, and he says, "Look, mate, I've helped you and Abram. We're square. There are things that I need to take care of. I'll be on my way to do them now.
You guys kind of
Go ahead.
no. You want to say
Go
something
ahead.
else, please?
I was just gonna say, don't you get tired of being lonely, man?
Oh, oh,
That's all I wanted to say. That's honestly all I wanted to say. Because I'm looking at him. Let me paint this picture, right? I'm looking at him in his eyes. I look at him and I just see nothing but sadness, right? Because I feel like
whoa. You definitely see hate.
well, they obviously, but that's like your aura. But as I take okay, let me paint it like this. Tetra takes a deep look into Dante's eyes, and he sees the obvious hate. But he sees the hate as the mask. He sees the hate as the mask that he wears. And he just takes a second.
He said, I see the hate.
I see the hate. I'm like, fuck my haters. And he sees the sadness behind the hate. And he looks at him and he just kind of cocks his head slightly. And he says, don't you just get tired of being alone, man?
And Dante, when he says, "Don't you get tired of being alone?" it's like a fucking knife in your heart. You've been alone for so long now with nothing but you and Himothy, and like, sure, there's servants around your fucking mansion, but like nobody actually ever there with you, and you kind of just like, fuck you, dickhead.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
But you guys get back up. You had this, this moment together. You walk back to the city. You get back to the city. Or village, I keep calling it a city. You get back to the village, and you see, you walk back. Temple. You guys going to the temple?
Yeah, we're gonna check on Ari.
Okay, you get back to the temple, and you see, everything's calmed down now, and you walk in, and Arytiss is laying there, and all his armor and clothes are basically stripped off to where he's just down to his underwear. 80% of his body is like wrapped in these white bandages, and you see like red spots where the blood is seeping through, and you see like Sarissa's kind of sitting there in a chair beside him, and she like closes this book, sets it on the table, sits up, and she's like, "Thank God you're all right, Tetra. He's fine. He's stable condition now. I do believe he'll pull through. He should wake up in a couple hours. How are you? Are you okay? Do you need medical attention?"
No, I'm good, Sarissa. I just wanted to check on Ari. Thank you for watching over him and making sure he's okay.
She looks over at you, Dante, and she like kind of stares at you for a moment. Are you okay? Dante, was it?
Yes, I'm fine. Nice to see you too.
It is anything but nice to see you. But I will do you the courtesy of treating you like everyone else. And she gestures over and she's like, please, there's food and stuff over there. I got cots. If you want, the inn, it's still in one piece, so if you want, you can go over there, maybe get rooms. I'm sure you guys are exhausted. And you guys notice, like, compared to earlier, as you guys were walking through to the temple, way less people. And while she's saying that, she's like, food over there. She's like, people are leaving fast. They don't think the city's safe anymore. And looking around, and she's like, we need to do what we can to help them. They're not like us. They can't bend the weave to their will. They can't, swing a sword through a guy or control the forces of nature. These are just people living their lives getting murdered for no reason.
I'm gonna turn and stare at Dante.
Anyways, I gotta, if you guys want to stay here with them, I got some stuff to do. Abram said he was gonna be at his house. I gotta go check on him. he said something about Eric's not gone, but and she kind of like swallows deeply and kind of starts tearing up. Watched him kill him.
I want to go up to her and kind of like grab her hands and hold her. And I want to just tell
She
her.
pulls her hand back and slaps you in the face.
Like, I just want to tell
Now's
her.
not the time, Tetra.
Sarissa, we saw Eric's body in that cave.
And her expression kind of changes to like sour. Like she frowns a little bit and she's like, I seen his body. What are you talking about?
No, Sarissa, I promise you, whatever killed Yonkers and we thought killed Eric, him killing Eric was an illusion. When we went in that cave, we saw Eric's body. So I don't know what's going on, but I know it was, just to clarify, that was Eric's real body we saw in the cave, right?
Which
Or
one?
no, was that the one when we fought the fucking dude with the had the necklace?
That body melted into a
So that wasn't his real
puddle
body.
of goo. You can give me an Arcana check if you want to figure out what that was.
No, that works because I can be like, as I'm retelling this story and I'm trying to think of it, we'll give that.
Well,
check.
mechanically, there was something about it. If you want to think about it a little harder,
Yeah.
you know, you have that sage feat.
Yeah,
that I
I'll
forgot
give the
about for the longest time.
Yeah. No, I'll do that. I mean, I'll give the Arcana check for sure. Yeah.
Hold
Ooh.
on, before you tell me your total, don't tell me
Okay.
yet. I want to read this feat. Make sure you're using it to your full extent.
The Sage.
Because I'm pretty sure, doesn't it give you something for doing knowledge checks or something like that?
When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or other learned person or creature. Your DM might rule that the knowledge you seek is secreted away in an almost inaccessible place, or that it simply cannot be found. Unearthing the deepest secrets of the multiverse can require an adventure, even a whole campaign.
Okay, so I'm going to set your DC lower than what I had it. What'd you get?
12.
Okay. Now that you she says that, you kind of think about it a little bit. That was a clone. Okay, so you would know this is the clone spell. Somebody could have easily got a little piece of like DNA or something and, a diamond worth at least 1,000 gold, some flesh of the creature that they wanted to be cloned, and made an exact replica of Eric.
Of whoever.
Yeah, you would know
Okay,
that as some necromancy work, which you ran into while you were down there.
So the body that we saw when Yonkers died, did that one? We didn't.
That burned like a normal body.
Yeah, but you told us, didn't you, that he didn't actually kill him, right? Didn't you tell us that like before? Or am I making shit up?
Kill who? Yonkers?
Eric. No, not Yonkers. Eric. It was like an illusion, right? Or did he actually kill him? I don't want to be talking out of my ass.
I'll give you this. You've seen Eric die multiple times.
Okay. All right. So as I'm retelling this story,
The body you burned,
yeah.
you didn't get to see it, but if you remember when we did that little intro,
Yes.
that it melted away into like a puddle of flesh.
Okay,
A
but
body
I
doesn't
didn't
burn like that.
Yeah,
But you didn't see that. Yeah.
Okay, so as I'm
know that one that was down there in the caves melted down into a pile of flesh. You've seen several different bodies, kind of disfigured, maybe had some of Eric's features. So,
okay,
it's hard to tell.
So as I'm telling this story, I'm gonna stop myself, and I'm gonna be like, "No, we saw," and then I'm gonna remember, and then I'm gonna say to her, "Sarissa, I believe those were all clones. Eric might not be dead. He might still be out there."
All right. She kind of like puts her hand up like this, and she's like, all right, just for right now, please don't feed into his delusions. Abram,
Yeah.
he needs to just calm down for a
Yeah.
little bit, get his head together, and figure out what's going on right now.
Yeah, he doesn't. You're right.
He might be alive, he might be dead, I don't know. You know, God save the poor boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we got pressing matters at hand.
Dante, do you got time to talk to Abram with me, or do you gotta fucking do your thing?
As she walks away, though, you kind of look over at Arytiss, and he kind of starts to stir a little bit. Arytiss, you kind of like open your eyes, still in this haze, and you see Dante, Tetra talking to Sarissa around you, and they walk off. And you guys notice he's coming conscious.
Ari, are you okay? I'm gonna like kneel down. I'm gonna like if I hear him wrestling, I'm gonna come back in and
Do
stand
I-
next to his bed.
Do I regain consciousness?
Yeah.
The second I regain consciousness, Harry goes, the war.
The war.
What's going on? The battlefield. And I'm just gonna like sit up immediately.
Like, you just sit up and everything in your body fucking aches. Like, to the point to where, like, the pain is, like, annoying to you. And you get up and you kind of, like, fall back down with your head on the pillow. And then you sit up a little more slowly this time.
Ari, calm down. Are you okay? Are you all right?
Well, I don't know. Oh, I had some very intense dreams. And my body. What happened to my body? Oh.
I don't know, man. You got all these bones coming out of you, dude.
And I reach up and touch the side of my head where the mark is.
When you touch the side of your mark, it starts glowing. And you...
Yo, Tetra freaks the fuck out. Yo, what? Ari, whoa.
You... What do you do?
Aries going to try to... He's going to reach out his other hand while holding on to the scar. And he's going to try to channel whatever energy is coming from this mark on his head.
When you start doing that, you kind of touch it and it begins glowing. And as it's glowing, you kind of like channel it. And you almost feel like your chest getting hot as you do. And when that happens, you see this kind of like ghostly apparition of this small, dragon start forming. Exactly wherever you're looking at, whatever spot of the floor you're looking at.
Alright, so like I imagine it, I'm like laying on the bed, right? And I'm like slightly sitting up and I'm reaching kind of in front of me. So it would like form on the bed, kind of like between my legs.
You see this small kind of like dragon start forming, like an apparition, but it's... How would you describe it? Material, ghostly at the same time. Ethereal. I like that. This ethereal dragon. It's got this small little spine that runs down its back, these two wings hanging off the side. It's got these silvers and these blues and these golds kind of all through it. And it's almost like dog-sized. Maybe like a medium dog. Like a young lab. Kind of appears and takes form in Arytiss's lap. And it kind of just sits there looking at you, Arytiss.
Yo, that's an animal, right?
Don't you try to take my fucking...
No,
He's going
no.
to.
I'm just asking, is it an animal? Technically.
In
Or no?
mechanical sense, it's fine familiar.
So I would not be able to speak with it.
I think that's
I want-
up to Matt.
I think I would be able to speak with it, right?
Well, yeah, I'd be. Well, then Aries
I mean,
gonna
you can certainly try.
Well,
I
Tetra's
think
gonna
I
freak
could.
the fuck out.
I think I could like have like a connection to the mind, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Aries gonna try to communicate with thought to this ethereal dragon, and he's gonna ask,
yeah.
where did you come from? What happened to me?
You kind of like, you're touching this burn on the side of your head, and you're kind of like telepathically communicating with this. You don't necessarily get a voice back, but you get feelings. And right now you're getting like curiosity. Like, this is all new. Like, what is this? What's going on? It has this bond to you, so you feel it feels safe. But you try to like say like, where are you from? What are you? Who are you? But you don't get no words back. You just get feelings. Right now.
Arytiss. Can I make like an Arcana check or something to like understand myself what's happening?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
12 on the die, plus 5, 17.
So, based on what you know, your lore of your religion, your life has been in service to Bahamut. You don't know exactly what's happening, but you would see this as like a gift from Bahamut. Like, never in maybe tales of old, people would be able to command familiars such as this, but like nothing in recent time.
Okay, so like reading the books that I would have had in my village when worshiping at the statue of Bahamut, I might have come across stories that were similar.
Oh yeah, you've definitely come across like a story of like maybe a specific hero from eons ago that used to command a familiar, a dragon familiar. Never in like history before has that ever been done but that time. And you would hear stories of like he rode this familiar, he flew it through the skies, he battled evil with it. Maybe there was a champion of Bahamut.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh.
But it would have to be something you would go specifically search more information on.
While he is interacting with his fucking wormling, can I do some kind of check to see what that burn is on his head? To try and pull from like all the sage, the knowledge, all the stuff from the fame that I know.
Yeah.
Pull. Okay. Do you want like Arcana check or
Give me Arcana or Religion.
Arcana or Religion? All right, we'll do Arcana.
While he's making this roll, hold on,
that's
don't tell me. While he's making this roll, let's improvise that real quick. What? I know you described this symbol to us before, but what does this symbol mean to you? Would you take it as like this is like a mark of Bahamut? This is something else.
This is part
more
of the
primordial.
reason this is part of the reason why I'm on my pilgrimage. This is happening because it's fated to.
Yeah. So what
That's
would you
what's
call
going
this mark
through.
though? If somebody was like, "Dude, that's a cool mark. What is that?"
It is.
I'm just asking, like, do you specifically want it to be like, "Oh shit, is that Mark of Bahamut?" Is that the mark of the Dragon Rider? Are you Dragonkin?
She don't know about Pangea?
This bitch don't know about Pangea.
Jesus Christ. What you would
Bro,
call
off
it.
the cuff. Come on, just
I'm
just
thinking.
give me something.
This
Just
is
give me-
all. This is look. This is.
This is
I-
improv. This is what
we're
D&D
making it
does.
up
This is
as we
improv.
go. We're making
Let's
it up as
go.
we go. Give the man a chance. Give him a chance.
I'm just saying, if you're on D20 and cameras rolling, dog, and this shit happen, I need it like ASAP Rocky. They're not editing that shit.
Fuck, dude. I don't even know.
If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, man.
I mean, you could call it the mark, but I feel like it's more than that.
The brand of Bahamut.
The brand would be brand would be better than mark.
Brand
The
of
brand of the
sacrifice?
champion. The brand of the champion.
We gonna rip off some Berserk right now?
Ooh.
The brand. I like the brand of the champion.
Boom.
Like I'd read about it in the lore books,
Boom.
Okay.
and it's the brand of the champion.
So you would know that you've seen this before. Let me write this down real quick. So when Tetra looks at you, what'd you get for your thing?
Me?
Yeah.
Got a fat natural one.
Oof.
It's tough.
So you might have seen it before in a book. You've seen
Yeah.
this mark, but you can't recall what it was. And then he's like,
Would
shit.
Real quick, would I know where I could maybe recall or learn more about what this mark is?
Yes.
Okay. If I could go
So
like
with a
library-
natural one, you would know that you could shove that mark up your ass and take it down the road.
He's got cancer. He's infected.
But no, you're like, shit, I've seen this mark in a book before, but I can't remember what it is. And Arytiss is like, Mark, what fucking mark? Give me that silver platter over there. Takes the platter and like looks at his head, and then
And I
Arytiss,
just
you're like,
fucking hit him
oh
over the
shit,
head with it.
it's the brand of the champion. I've seen that mark. There's a book back home I gotta read.
Take a little day trip.
It's longer than a day trip.
That's a really long trip. And then a couple minutes later, you guys are there chatting. This little, you're fucking around with this little familiar. You like throw something, it gets down, it goes over, gets it, brings it back to you. It tries to blow it a little fire. It's like scratching at this fucking blanket like a little puppy would, picking it up and like shaking it with its head, flapping its wings, trying to fly, but can't just leave the ground just yet.
Can I feed it some pipeweed?
Run around, it fucking
No.
tears your whole bag up. It fucking rips open your bag of holding and it fucking sucks into itself and you guys
No!
destroy everything.
No.
I don't have a bag of holding.
You do have a bag of holding.
He did give us a bag of holding.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But a couple minutes later, how long does your familiar last?
Until a
I
long
think
rest.
Five Familiar would be
As long as you want it?
Yeah,
I think it's
he would
until a
stay.
long rest.
He would stay around.
So
Yeah, you just can't have more than one familiar
Okay.
at a time.
about
So
about 20, 30
technically,
minutes.
the casting would be 1 hour long.
Yeah, I seen that. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it right now. About 20, 30 minutes goes by, and
Wait. Can I do something before he's gone?
yeah, please feel free to interrupt me and
Um,
speak up at whenever you want. when I'm going on.
I want to reach down and
Start jerking it.
thinking of the stories that I've heard of the champion, and then I want to reach out to this young baby dragon, newborn, 6 pound, 8 ounce. No, I want to reach out to this familiar, and I'll say, Ragoth, your name will be Ragoth.
It kind of like peps up its neck and looks at you and like gives you a little jump, like, and you feel it communicating back with you, like, I like that. That makes me happy. Ragoth.
And I think of the previous champion's familiar being named Ragoth after the skies in heaven in
Hell yeah.
Draconic.
Hell yeah. After a little while, Sarissa comes back up. She's like, hey, oh, good, you're awake. How you feeling? Are you all right?
Well, I mean, I kind of hurt all over, but
She's like, yeah, hold on. She comes over with a wheelchair. She's like, I know it might, I need you to, Abram, he wants to see you guys, like, immediately. Dante, he said he's really got to talk to you.
All right. But I'm not pushing the fucking wheelchair.
That's fine, Tetra will. And she's like, she reaches into like this little bag on her side, pulls out this thing, and she hands you this medallion. She pulls out 3 of them. Abram told me to go ahead and give you guys the next rank in the guild. It'll help you get pretty far if you, start going out there into the world. And, hey, comes with some pretty cool benefits, too. And she gives you these, like, I don't remember what I told you guys they were before, but they're these, like, little metal medallions. Wear it as a necklace. Put it on your armor. Tie it on a string. Wear it as a key ring. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. But as long as you're able to, like, present it. And she's like, Dante, he said he went ahead and waived some paperwork and got you entered at this rank. Pretty impressive feat. Don't know why he would do it for you, but he did.
So, Richard, you're wasting your breath. This man doesn't care.
It's fine.
He just likes being alone.
But yeah, he'll see to you now, and you guys see like also like a lot of people has left now, but there's still people coming in. Still people throughout the city. Some people still don't have a home, and when you guys get together, Tetra, you gonna push Arytiss around in this wheelchair? Arytiss, do you want to push yourself? Do you want to tie strings to it, maybe?
I don't.
And have your familiar
Bro.
drag you around? Like a sled dog?
Honestly, that would be sick.
You know what? I'm going to wild shape into a bear and just kind of push him with my nose.
No.
Yeah, you gotta rename your dragon Baltor. Or Balto.
Oh, Balto. Hell yeah. You gonna take that vaccine to these sick kids?
Fucking over here. Mush!
Like
As a-
Cuba Gooding Jr. from Snow Dogs?
There's a whole lot of references that are just
Dude, take me back to 2000 fucking.
Bro, this is literally gonna go over so many people's fucking heads.
went all the way over my head.
There goes our young audience.
The young audience is dead.
Hold on, I'll save the day real quick.
Yeet.
That was mid. All right, we're good.
Top
back.
tier.
No cap for real.
Get lit, bet. Alright, but anyways.
I'm so old.
Tetra, you start pushing Arytiss in this wheelchair. Little dragon familiar's falling behind you guys. You get to...
I'd like to say he's in my lap.
Okay. He's sitting in your lap, like a little lap dog. crushing
Chase,
these
don't fucking do that shit.
these
I see
previously
you.
broken bones. You get to Abram's house, and as you're walking through the city, most of the damage has been cleaned up. Some people have wood over the windows and doors. Some people can't get wood readily like that, so they have these like cloths like nailed to the doors trying to block the wind from coming in. A lot of these houses are vacant now. You get up to Abram's house, and as you're walking through, you see Tetra and Arytiss. As you're walking through the streets, you see the area where Yonkers got cut down and died.
Jesus, she didn't have to fucking throw the cut down part. What is your problem, dude?
That's where he got cut down. That's what
You
happened.
guys walk past the area where
What
Yonkers
happened?
was violently stricken down like the dog he was.
Hey, when we
Dude,
pass
you
all
literally
of
got
these,
split.
when we pass all of these like
That was
emptied and
6'10"
abandoned
split, son.
houses, Arytiss just goes, "It's free real estate."
It's free real estate.
I'm sorry.
God damn.
The fuck is wrong with you, bro?
It just came to my mind.
This is what I mean when I want to spend 6 hours just in your mind.
But you guys get to Abram's house. You see the doors completely missing. Window broken.
Abram's just washing fucking dishes in the toilet, bro.
Uh,
You know what's going on, bro.
Now you kind of walk in, and Abram is like trying to polish his sword. But you see he's getting frustrated with it. He holds it up. Come on, what's going on, man? Doesn't even notice like the three of you come in. He's like, what's just happening? What's happening? First they were taken from me, and now this is... Oh, God! God! Damn it! What? Gods be damned! You startled me.
Tetra just hits his pipe. Hey, man. Just chill out. Just chill out, Abram.
I can't chill. How can you tell me to chill out?
Hit this.
Kinda like-
from the pipe.
Smacks it out of your hand.
Whoa!
My son, he's still alive. I know
Dude,
it.
fuck your son. No.
Hey, fuck your dead parents. You old
You're
Batman
right.
backstory having ass.
Tetra breaks down. Just absolutely starts crying.
Where is she?
Where is she?
Where's Rachel? Where is she? Swear to me!
He does kind of like get a little frustrated with you, though. He doesn't smack it out of your hand, but he like pushes it to the side. He's like, I lost my family, man.
Yeah, so did I, Abram. So did I.
And I think I'm losing my faith. And he kind of hangs his head a little bit.
Oh, go ahead.
My sword, it's stained with blood. And I keep, and you see he's still there like trying to polish it. He's like, it won't come clean.
Can I put a hand on his shoulder?
Yeah.
I want to put a hand on his shoulder.
When you put your hand on his shoulder, you get this feeling. When you first got here to Moonbright, you got a real warm, glowing feeling off him.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel that fading.
Abram, when was the last time you prayed?
He looks at you. What is praying going to do for me now?
I mean, what other option do you have?
He holds up his sword. He's like, we live by the sword, Tetra.
No, I agree, but you don't know where they're at. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where to start, do you?
The closest lead I got is the Fae. I don't know how to get to the Fae. I know there's means of doing it, but like, where do you begin?
Well, start
But
with me. You can
I got
start with me.
Froz looking into it for me, but more importantly, I need to come clean with you guys. I've been around for a couple 100 years, fighting in Torm's name.
You don't look a day over 400.
That's the power of magic.
Damn.
But he looks at you. He's like, I gotta come clean. I am the champion of Torm, and I've been fighting in his name for quite a while. I had a dragon as well, and when war was done, peace was here. There was no need for him anymore, so we sealed them away. We sealed him in the room that you guys have already been into. And that's what happened to you, Arytiss. He looks at you, Arytiss, and he's like, that power's been bestowed to you.
What? Hold on.
Is that what this brand means on his head? Is that what this means?
Although he's not come into his full power yet, yeah. It's the brand of the champion. And you see he kind of like pulls away his cloth that he has one on his chest. He's like, but his is different. It's like the hand of Torm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought those times were done with, but dark times are coming back. And that's why, you know, it's no coincidence. You, Arytiss Yonkers, R.I.P. big homie.
R.I.P.
Well, I mean, my family's always worshipped Bahamut. Is
I
that
know.
why I have these scales?
Really, this is none of my business to be telling you. It's your father's. So me and your father used to go around back in the day with your mother.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude. Damn.
Exactly what you guys are thinking.
She was
But only in the
throwing
name
back.
of form.
Yeah. The dragon would get into it too, and just get real mixy, dude. Whoa,
Well,
whoa.
there used to be a champion of the dragon. And that's, you know, he's gone now, but that power was passed down. Just like mine. And eventually we figured we don't need it anymore. Let's lock it away so nobody can ever touch it again. You know, when there's wars with dragons, it's never good for anyone. But look, and he pulls out, you know, he goes over, he's going through some stuff. He pulls out this gem. Arytiss, where's the book?
The book. I dropped the book when I felt the urge to go through the door. I thought one of y'all must have grabbed it.
You dropped it? What do you mean you dropped it? You just left it there?
Did neither of y'all get it?
No. We saw you get up into that door, and that was our main priority.
It's got to be in there still. We got to go get that back right away. I'll get it back. I'll get it. But look, hidden in the temple, I had this, and he pulls out this. It's another sword, but it's like broken. But you see in the the hilt of the sword. There's several different sockets where it looked like gems used to sit. This is the power of a god. Disassembled, so to speak. I believe this is what Tion is after. So, I'm pretty sure he already had one. I have one. There's one in the book. There's 2 more out there. I'm not worthy of this anymore. And he looks at you, Dante, and he holds it up, and he looks at you and he's like, I know you follow a dark path, paved in blood. But that doesn't have to be who you are. And he hands you it. You guys need to take this.
You said the power of a god?
Yes.
Well then. Don't mind if I do.
Take it, mate. Take that. We can
get it. I snatch it.
So, all right, Snatchy. So you know it doesn't work till you assemble all the gems. These wars that we fought was over this.
What the fuck do I look like, mate? Thanos?
Kinda, yeah. But look, I look into your eyes. And I see a better person in there.
You don't see that loneliness?
I do.
It's in there.
But you know what? That's what forges a strong soul. Going through hardships and strife like that. I see it in you, Dante. And then in the back of your mind, Dante, you just hear, the power of a god. This fucking fool. Give us the power of a god and we can take it all. And we can strike down that fucking father of yours. We can find him. Bleed, I betcha. And then like, it's still very faint. No, Dante. You could do right by it. Do you want to say anything to, Timothy?
No.
And Abram's like, pulls out, slides a gem over to you, Tetra.
All right, I want to inspect this gem. Did I see the gem in the cave at all?
You would have seen the one that come out of
the book, right?
Yeah.
So can I just piece that they're the same gems?
No, they're not.
But do they would I be able to connect them at all? Like that they're similar?
From what he's told you, yes. There's 5.
Okay.
Kind of.
I'm gonna
put
say
him in his sword, gain the power of a god.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Abram, wasn't there? Did we get the gem from the cave?
I assume it's still in there.
Okay, we gotta go get that with the book.
I'll go get it.
I don't think you should go alone. Can I just say that?
Look, I will be fine.
Are you sure?
I'm a grown man. I'm fine.
You're more than a grown man. You fucking old ass man.
You're almost as old as me.
But yeah, I'm getting old. It's time for somebody else to take on the mantle.
Sorry.
And he's like, I have Froz researching how to get to the Fae. You look over on the table, and he has like a bag packed and ready to go. And he's like, I got business to take care of. I need to find Eric. I need to find Abigail. No offense, but I can't do that my way with you guys in my way.
All right, cool, dude. Go kill yourself. I'll go help fucking Froz out.
Are you a sage? Do you have the sage feat?
I do.
Oh my god, why didn't you say this sooner?
Because you're too busy talking about your goddamn family. It's all you care about. And I get it. Trust me. But there are bigger issues.
But look, I know there's powerful wizards in Anglar that could get you to the Fae. I know there's other magical means of getting there. Talk to Froz, see what he's figured out. You're gonna have to get these stones. We're gonna have to find him. I'm gonna have to get my family back. And
I can't stop you, Abram, so
I'm gonna kill him.
just please be safe. I know you think this is the end of the line, but there's still people here who need you and rely on you.
Look,
so.
I am a champion of Torm, alright?
I'm not trying to disrespect.
I hold justice in
I
my
understand.
hand. I am justice. I'm justice.
Well, you do what you need to do.
I will. Quit being a bitch.
Fuck you and Eric, and I spit on him. No.
Oh, damn. But no, he's like, and I thought Yonkers was the one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Abram.
If you think about it, it kind of is.
We don't have to get into technicalities.
I hid the powers of a god. But he like stands up and he's like, and you feel like the warm glow of his power is like fading into something else, like revenge type, like feeling a little malice off of him. I'm gonna kill him. From what I gathered, Bane is trying to make some moves, and as you guys know, Bane and Torm don't get along, so he might be trying to resurrect his godhood, which we're gonna beat him to.
Well, from all the scriptures I've read growing up, bringing Bane back would be absolutely devastating, not just to me and my beliefs, but the world.
Say he does have one of these stones with him. That's more than enough to start some serious shit. We need to get it back. And like I said, I think he's starting to fade. So when we get there, we'll find him. You know, I'm sure I'll see you guys there. I'm trying to head over there too, but I got some loose ends to wrap up before I travel to the next map.
Do I still have my familiar?
Yeah.
Is he just like casually looking over it?
And he's like, he looks at you. I almost forgot about that for a second. Arytiss, I have some explaining to do. So what you inherited was Bahamut's powers. These are the powers from the previous champion that we sealed away because the world, it doesn't need that kind of power anymore. I don't know how you got in there, but it's yours to wield. You'll come into it as time goes on. You gain experience points and level up. You'll come into the power.
Well, what does this power even mean? I'm the champion, right? That's what this this mark means?
In a way.
In the text that I've read, it called it the brand of Bahamut,
Brand of Bahamut, brand of the
brand of the
champion.
champion.
Call it what you will. But you are Bahamut's chosen. I used to ride with Bahamut's chosen before. His name was Steve.
Can I roll to see if I know Steve?
He was a real cool dude. Yeah. Give me a check.
That's
History check. So you know Steve was the one that first brought on the first collapse. The first collapse was I don't know. It's nothing. I was just making shit up.
I was about to say,
Steve,
he's
my
really gonna name himself
grandfather.
Steve.
No, Steve had that dog.
Steve from Minecraft?
Nah, Steve had the dog, right?
More like Hero Brian.
He had the notepad.
But anyways, your mother. It's none of my business to be telling you this. I don't know why he would keep it from you, but she made a pact with Bahamut long ago and took some of that power on herself. Now, she didn't become the branded, but she was a fierce woman. And she wielded that power like no one else. But she fought the good fight. I don't know where she's at today, but I'm pretty sure she can answer some questions for you. Maybe talk to your dad.
Part of the reason I came on this journey was to find her. I mean, I know we talked when I first came around. I asked you if you knew where she was at.
Did I tell you where she was?
I think you said something about her battling the armies of the Hells.
Okay,
And
so this is information I already have.
You weren't too sure exactly where.
I mean, I don't know if she's there still, but yeah, she was like, hey, I'm going to go fuck around in Avernus. I'm going to battle the forces of evil. But, I mean, that was years ago.
Well, if these things were happening, why did all of y'all stop? There's so much evil in the world.
That's beyond us. We're in the material plane. The material plane is safe. There's no need for... I mean, it's not safe. You have bandits, you have monsters, you have all this shit. But nothing great like war spanning across the country. Swallowing towns and villages. Slaughter, genocide. None of that goes on anymore. But I think people are trying to change that. So anyways, and he puts on his bag, he puts on a sword, slides it in, puts his belt on. Rest up. I'm sure you guys are exhausted. Get a couple days, get your bearings. Let Frost figure it out. He said he'd take a couple days. Tetra, if you could help him out, that would be appreciated.
Well, how long is it going to take me to heal all these wounds?
You might never walk again.
Well, how is the champion and the chosen not gonna be able to fight?
I guess from a fucking wheelchair, huh?
After hearing that Ari may never walk again.
No, I was just joking. He'll fucking walk again.
Immediately cast Cure Wounds and is like, no, he has to walk.
you cast Greater Restoration on him, and his foreskin grows back.
Oh my god, it's a miracle! You're like me.
No. No, I'm sure with the, magic we have these days and potions and shit, you'll be alright. Just take a couple days, get some rest, get your bearings. Do whatever you want, man. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. Hey,
Well,
you don't even have to be the
up.
champion. You don't even have to be the champion.
look. Well, listen. In the stories, it was Torm and Bahamut battling the forces of evil. Don't you kind of think that me and you should fight together? This is, as the champions, we're kind of destined to do so.
As he puts his bag on and he throws a cloak over his shoulders and kind of draws the hood up. My days of fighting that fight are done. And he starts to walk past you guys and he puts his hand on Dante's shoulder. Dante, I know you don't care, but look, keep your head straight. I sense that evil within you, but it's not who you are. And that rings familiar with what you heard in your head earlier, that faint female voice. You don't have to let it define you. You can walk your own path.
Right. That's all well and good, but
It's probably best if you don't reply and let me leave first.
not gonna do that. I've got to tell you farewell. I'm leaving. Right?
You're leaving? What do you
That's
mean?
what I said.
What do you mean you're leaving?
It's time for me to go back to Anglar. There are things I must do there, things I must find out. Hope you understand and all. Now that we're square.
Well, Dante, you can't just leave.
Sure I can.
He looks at you two and he's like, I mean, go with him. This is your journey now.
Who the fuck
But-
said they could come?
I'm just saying,
I mean, we do.
we could
have,
all use a hand. It's dark
do have-
times.
We do have to go to Anglar.
We need you. They need you. I don't know much about you. You might need them.
I need you all
Hey.
to piss off.
Dante, I'm gonna remember that. Listen up, buddy. Me and Ragoth here, we're gonna wait till you fall asleep, and I'm gonna get your ass.
But what about that behind you? And then I want to summon Himothy behind him holding the double birds. So that when he turns around, that's what he sees.
Well, I just turn him around in the wheelchair.
Oh, double got him. So, Tetra, you turn him around in a wheelchair and he, like, spins around.
Fucking Professor X style.
Can't even turn his neck because of, like, how sore his neck is right now. And you just look behind you and see this shadowy visage just floating there. Double middle finger it up. Oh, you got him real good, Mike. Good one.
What a fucking idiot.
Fucking piece of shit.
See,
Shut
this
up,
is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, Dante. It's just you. It's just you and your shadow.
All right,
Is
look.
that how you
All
want to
right.
live? No, Abram. I want to say something.
Hey, say something. That's fine. Clown around. I got shit to take care of.
Fine,
I'm
go kill
leaving.
yourself, Abram.
How about I fucking
more.
kill you, huh?
You can't
Do it.
I could easily.
do it then.
Do it.
Hold up. Let's not do anything hasty here.
Now he's like, I'm sorry. Look, I gotta go. And he just leaves.
Your son's a bitch.
Oh, fuck.
Oh God! I start wheeling the wheelchair back. Ari, you gotta chill.
He comes back and just fucking starts. What did you say? He puts a divine smite through his fist and just fucking rocks you.
This
No,
is
but
what Bane wants.
he's like, talk to Froz, get to the Fae. Or don't. I got my own problems, you got yours. World's fucked anyways. And he leaves.
Well, that was a bit defeatist, wasn't it?
What does that mean?
Good God.
He seriously turned into quite the pessimist.
Okay, that I understand.
So you guys know it's going to be a couple days before Frost can get you anything. You could go talk to him now. But for now, I'm going to say you guys... first of all, Dante, do you want to stick with them or kind of just go be on your own for a minute?
That's fine.
Okay. So the three of you kind of get to the temple. You talk to Frost. He's like, hey, I don't have anything for you right now, but I got this book and Tetra, if you can take a look through these for me. He hands you these books. I'm sorry the inn's booked, or the temple's full right now. Go down to the inn. I told him, they'll get you a room down there. And like 2 days, come back to me. I might have something. Might be sooner. You guys go back to the inn. And we'll say it's about nightfall now. You guys kind of get your own rooms. Everybody goes to the respective room. Tetra, you lay back. Maybe you're going out for one of your night strolls again. You wild shape into a bird and just fly out there. Arytiss, you kind of had to be helped into your bed. So you kind of just sit there and you're just thinking like, brand, champion, what's this? Well, I don't know. Dante, you get to your room, you sit down, and you're like your head's spinning. You're thinking, why fucking help these guys? Fuck, I don't want to help these guys. I got my own shit to deal with. At the same time, might be in my favor to help these guys out. I could journey with these guys, get the power of a god, become a god, and say, fuck you guys. I just wanted this power. But while you're sitting there, you kind of lay back in the bed and your eyes kind of start drifting, getting real heavy. You close them one last time and you open them again, and you see the shadow standing in front of you. And basically it's just all black in here. And he's like, you think you could go against me? I'm not fucking stupid. Pick up the sword. As you bend down to like pick up the sword, the shadow kind of like lunges forward you, goes to slice you, and then that's where we're going to end it.
Ooh, good stopping point.
Thanks everybody for watching. Catch us next time on Total Podcast Kill podcast. See ya.